All right. Today's lesson, we're going to be talking about a creator's rights. Our essential question is, what rights do you have as a creator? Our learning objectives will be students will be able to understand that copyright is a legal system that protects the rights to creative work and compare different ways people license their copyrighted work. Okay, so our warm-up today starts with, what is something you've made that you're proud of? It could be a poem or a story, artwork, a photo or a video or a song. Now, can you think of a time when you used someone else's work in something you created? Some examples might be books for a school project, another one is maybe magazine photos for collage, photos in a PowerPoint slideshow, or video clips in a remix, or music clips in a what we call a mashup. All right. So those are all times that you could have used yours. Could have used work. All right. So we're going to learn about copyright. You are all creators. Think about a time you recorded an idea you had, whether you wrote something down, uploaded it to the internet, took a picture or video, or made something for class. Now think about a time when you've used things online that others have created, such as copying or downloading something from the internet. Now you're going to watch a video about a real girl who is a writer and shares her writing online. Now watch this video. I will be asking questions about it when we come back.
Well, basically I write on a website called Booksy.com, and what I do is I publish work on there to get feedback from people on the website. A friend of mine told me about Booksy and said it would be a really good way for me to get my work out there. And then I just put up a couple of chapters one at a time, and I got some really good feedback. So then I started putting up more and more work. You have a bunch of different people from a bunch of different backgrounds, and they have so many different points of view, as opposed to having friends that are going to generally have the same ideas. It's just more like you're sending it out into the world. When I first started on Booksy, before I even made an account, what I really focused on was the copyright laws, because at that time I was really focused on wanting to get my work out there without having to worry about people stealing my work. I read that, and then I made an account. When you join the site, automatically puts copyright laws protecting the book so that you can end up publishing it without any backlash. I think that copyright for those sorts of things that we're writing on Booksy is very important, because we put a lot of effort into these works and we do try and put our best work out there. I wouldn't want anyone stealing that kind of work. I think I would be really infuriated. I mean, I spend so much time working on these sorts of things, and I want to be able to have a future in writing as well. So if I read that someone stole my work, I don't know what I'd even do. It's just kind of, I don't even want to think about that sort of thing. Other authors' works are a big inspiration for me. My favorite books, my favorite authors on Booksy, they all contribute to my writing overall. Their writing styles and the way that they communicate their message really all end up being thrown into my own work. The thing is with getting influenced by a certain author is that you're not stealing their plot line. You're not trying to just take credit for their own idea. You're trying to find a better way to write your own novel, and through them you find that. I mean, I don't want to have to steal anyone else's work or to have them feel like I stole it. I mean, I know how that feels being an author on the website. So I know that it can't be a good feeling. What's really great about the internet in general is that amateurs, people that wouldn't have the chance usually to have their work out there, is able to put it out and get comments and know that people actually appreciate what they're doing. You're getting a chance to become something more. And it is exciting. It's so exciting to be able to see people appreciating what you do. Whereas if you were just keeping it to yourself, it would be just with your friends and your family.
Okay, so now that we've watched the video, why does Nicole want to share her writing online? Okay, what are the benefits for her? Maybe for her, she can get feedback on her writing. Others see it. She can make a name for herself as a writer. And she can get support from other writers. Now, along with benefits, there are risks to sharing her work online that she has to be aware of. Someone can spelled steal wrong, her writing and say they wrote it. Someone might use her work but not give her credit. Or people might leave mean comments, and that gets into cyberbullying. All right. Now, as a reminder, I want you to remember is once someone records an original idea, it's automatically copyrighted. Now, copyright is an important law that helps protect the rights of creators so they receive credit and get paid for their work. Okay. Now, you can use things you find online as long as you check who created it, get permission to use it, give credit to the creator, buy it if necessary, and use it responsibly. Okay? If you aren't careful on how you use other people's work online, that would be considered stealing. Okay, and we're going to talk about stealing in just a minute. I mean, it's great to find things online and be able to use them, but we need to make sure we do it responsibly. And we have to show respect for others' hard work and creativity by giving credit where credit is due. All right. So we're going to talk about some terms of creative work. First of all, one term is the whole term of creative work. So it's any idea or artistic creation that is recorded in some form, whether it's hard copy or digital. Some examples of pieces of writing: books, poems, papers, articles, blogs, reviews, photos, videos, music, websites, online profiles, and artworks. Any idea you put down, whether it's your best idea or not, and whether it's in hard copy form or not, counts as creative work. Now, copyright. This is a law that protects your control over the creative work you make so that people must get your permission before they copy, share, or perform. Okay. Now, just remember, all recorded work, recorded could be on paper, on the internet, digitally, whatnot, and that includes written, oral, like your songs, your movies, okay? Okay, even if it doesn't have the C copyright symbol, it still is copyrighted. Registering your work with the U.S. Copyright Office isn't necessary, but it does make it easier. If you know, for instance, somebody took your work, you have legal protection. Ideas, common knowledge, and facts, U.S. government documents, works in the public domain, and spontaneous acts of expression aren't copyrighted. All right. Next term, Creative Commons. A kind of copyright that makes it easier for people to copy, share, and build on your creative work as long as they give credit for. Okay. Now, Creative Commons is a newer, some rights reserved model more suitable for online sharing. If someone uses a Creative Commons license, they are allowing for more flexibility with their copyrighted work to be copied and shared. For instance, you might say someone can use your work as long as that person doesn't make a profit from it, or as long as the person doesn't alter it or change it. Okay? And the good thing is you can pick and choose how you want your work to be used and then create a Creative Commons license. All right. Now, this is important. The term license is a clear way to define the copyright of your creative work so people know how it can be used. Okay, you know that license, you need a license to drive a car. The license gives people permission to drive. Okay, in the same way, when you have a copyright license, this tells people how they have permission to use your copyrighted work. You might use a regular copyright license, or you might use a Creative Commons license. Some creators charge a license fee to others who want to use their copyrighted work, which helps them get credit and make money. All right, piracy. This is an important one for a lot of people don't understand. Okay. All right, where's my little? Oh, there it is. All right, stealing copyrighted work by downloading or copying it in order to keep, sell, or give it away without permission and without paying. That is piracy. Okay, that includes illegally downloading, copying, and sharing creative works such as music, movie, games, and software by using what we call peer-to-peer sharing websites and programs that rip content. Piracy is illegal, and you can face heavy fines or other legal consequences for engaging in it. It's called piracy because it's stealing. All right. You avoid unintentional piracy using trusted online sites to purchase content. You can also find sites that allow you to get content for free. See Mashable's list of music that is free and legal. All right, plagiarize. Now that means copying, lifting, or making slight changes to some or all of someone else's work and saying, you created it. Okay, if you copy, paste, or change a few words of something and then say you wrote it, it's still plagiarism. Okay, to avoid plagiarism, be sure to say things in your own words. Summarize. Cite direct quotes by using quotation marks and acknowledge the author's ideas you discuss by giving them credit. Okay, that's like writing a bibliography. Now, there are creative work. It's not copyright and free to use however you want. It's called public domain. So copyrights don't last forever. In most cases, they expire 70 years after the death of the creator, so that things that are hundreds of years old are not copyrighted anymore. Okay, there are many creative works available in the public domain that you might not know about. When searching for photos, music, artwork, and video, look for the ones that are in public domain. Ask the librarian, me, about public domain content available through the school. For example, Wikipedia has a list of public domain image resources. And last but not least, let's talk about fair use. Fair use means it's the ability to use a small amount of copyrighted work without permission, but only in certain ways and in specific situation. For instance, schoolwork and education. See, I'm a teacher, educator. I have a lot of access to fair use. News reporting, criticizing or commenting on something, and comedy and parody. Okay. Now, in certain ways, use only a small amount. You can also add new meaning and make it original. That means you take something and you create something new. All right, that is fair use. All right. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go to My Big Campus and complete the assignment called A Creator's Rights. There'll be a These vocabulary terms will be in there. You'll have 8 instances where you will need to use each one once, and there will also at the end be 3 multiple choice questions. If you have any questions, come ask Ms. Katowitz. I will help you. Good luck.